inside myself, I remind myself from. Think I gotta go through, I'm like therapist, I'm like most. You love me, my go-to. Love a thing blind on top like Goku, just left Noble, back of my...
Opened in 2001, it lies on the same site and retains the name of the city's beloved former stadium. We're here at Empower Field at Mile High in Denver. Officially beyond the halfway point now, eyes starting to shift to the playoff picture as this Week 10 game gets underway. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10.
Striking 18. Check go.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And this run is stopped after getting up past the 35. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
From the 36. Connection made with his running back down the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. A big 34-yard pickup there. And the Broncos will have a first down. Putting a receiver in motion. They go play action on first. Throwing deep for the end zone. And he has it in the end zone. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos take a 6-0 lead right away. So a touchdown on the board for them, Brock, as they start this game off a perfect 1-for-1 offensively.
Yeah, I'm going to call that scripting for success right there. Can't do it much better than that. And listen, when you script these first plays, you don't always know who the targets are going to be. It's really then relying upon what the defense is trying to take away. They couldn't take away that big old tight end.
That one splits the uprights. And the Broncos will jump out to a 7-0 lead. The kicking unit on now for the Broncos, and they're ready to send it away. His return starts at the 5. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Starting the drive with a give to Jones. And he'll be brought down along the 25-yard line. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Oh, look at this. Quick touch pass to the receiver. And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that 1st down.
Well, this is a headache-inducing run for a defensive coach. I could just imagine that staff both upstairs and down on the field watching the kick, because now well, they don't have to just worry about this guy catching as a receiver. Now they know he can be a weapon in the ground game, too.
Here's the give on 3rd and short. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. That play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving. 1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Throwing now, off play action. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. One alligator, two alligator, three alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll get it up to the 44. There's 5 on that play. They need 5 more now on third down.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Empty backfield now. The running back motions out left. Left side, gets it out quick, and it's caught. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
And he's brought down after a short gain.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, just find a way to get him the ball.
Second down carry for Jones. And he's not able to get much, but does have it across the 45. A gain of about 3, so a third of what they needed. 3rd and 6 coming up.
When you don't have great success on first down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune third down situation.
Given 15 yards on the pickup there. And it's good for an Indianapolis first down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On third down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
They're giving it to Jones on the option. Broke through the tackle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. That one goes for 25 yards. And now they have a 1st and goal. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
You know, that's so hard for me, Kate. That's the type of effort that deserves better when it comes to the results. It's going to show up as a negative run on the stat sheet, but that was not the runner's fault. He did all he could to fight to get back to the line, but this defense just kept swarming.
Backed up to the 4-yard line now. It's 2nd and goal. Running for it again. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down.
Well, you haven't given up the goal line yet, but this offense is moving closer and closer. Now might be the time defensively to get a little more aggressive, try to stick them with the loss, and make a difficult 4th down decision.
Buckle up. It's 3rd and goal. Throwing from the gun here. Looking touchdown, but can't connect.
Well, Kate, that wasn't a fast enough break for the interception, but it was good enough and a good enough break to break on the ball, get a finger on it, and force the incompletion.
3 plays haven't gotten it done. Now a 4th to try to reach that end zone. Need a conversion. They're throwing for it. And he's going to go down. They get to him on 4th and goal and complete the defensive stand.
I think this defense was resigned to giving up 3 points on the opening series. Instead, well, they got the chance to deny them anything. And boy, did they ever attack it.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Man in motion here. Back now, pressure on its way. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
It's a 10-yard loss. Brings up 2nd and 20 at the 5-yard line.
So that brings us to the end of one. Both teams starting that long walk to the other end of the field. Neither side separating much so far. We'll get you back to Mile High after this. We're back, and it is Broncos football as we resume. They are facing second down deep on their own end.
Hey, smash!
Another try following the sack. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. First time this game they've looked to him. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
Defense with an excellent opportunity at a stop here on 3rd down. Throwing from near his own goal line. He puts some air under this one, deep right. Well, they had the look, certainly didn't shy away from it, but couldn't connect. And now they're stuck facing 4th down. Here comes the Broncos punting unit. And he's in a real tough spot for his first kick. Only punted once in last week's loss, and he gets this one away. And a big hit on the return to stop him cold. We don't get a return out of that punt. And the Colts will take over. Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43.
Let's go now.
From the gun, Jones gets it. And with a nice gain, he runs him down inside of field goal range. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Blown back, gets the handoff. And the hit stops him cold. Wow, he maybe got back to the line. Nothing for them on 2nd down, and now it's 3rd and 1. Out of the gun, a give to Jones. And he's brought down for a loss.
It's results like that that drive coordinators nuts. Premature balding, gray, wrinkles, all of it, Kate. You call something conservative. The last thing you're thinking is you're going to lose yards on a 3rd and 1 run.
Looks like they will indeed try it. 4th and 2. And it's going to be incomplete. Couldn't connect to extend the drive. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Hey, I am all for aggression. You get 4 downs, go for it. But I do have to wonder here, Kate, after being denied once again, is there going to be a trust level on that sidelines to go for it the next time they get this shot?
He's got it inside the 25. And he gets in. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos take a 13-0 lead. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. You got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up. You can find pay dirt.
The kicking unit on now for the Broncos, and they're ready to send it away. Has this at the 6. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Hand off to the back. And he's going to go out of bounds. Looks a little short of the 35. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Straight ahead they go with Jones. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. 2 yards on the pickup. And it'll be 1st down, Colts.
Hey, Kate, you want to see a picture in the football dictionary of staying on schedule? That was it.
They're set up at the 35 now. They'll run here on 1st down. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Shotgun snap. They're going to throw. A lot of guys there, and it's intercepted. He's got room to roam here. And he's going to go. It's a pick 6. Thrown at the depth where linebackers coming to play in coverage, partner, and sure enough, one of them jumps it and takes it to the house.
You say that. You know what I think about? I think about the depth finder on my fishing boat. You're absolutely right. This is where these linebackers love to lurk. It could do some serious damage.
That one right down the middle. And the Broncos stretch their lead to 21. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. Return starts at the 3. With some trickery here on the return. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5. Back-to-back carries here. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the 1st down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. They give it to him again. And he'll be brought down a step or 2 shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. 1st down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5. That brings us to the 2-minute warning here at Mile High. The Colts working here. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5.
Let's go now.
From the 48. The Broncos get to him here. He's brought down. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
This is one of those many moments where I'm really thankful I'm in the booth and not on the field. Because in my day, defensive tackles couldn't run like that. This is not a statuesque QB.
I ain't seen real problems since seen nothing. I ain't seen real, I ain't seen real problems since tripping off grades. I just be making up different reasons for my nieces. From my way I pick enough to keep it up, but ain't no thing straight. Cause ain't no reason for this money to stay. Like what you want, what you want. I got Jesus giving money, what you want. I've been sitting and pitching this for a reason to cry. So I'ma say I love you, but keep a look on my eye. Cause I can never really want you less it's money or pride. So when I say I really love you, boy, just know it's a lie. Like I ain't mean it, I ain't mean it. I just need another reason for a sequence. Another bag, another season, another description, another feeling. Boy, got a game a lot, but I keep.
Homie got a pump cause he got no. Homie stay trippin' cause I got no funds. Homie got a pump cause he got no. Homie stay trippin' cause I got no funds. Homie got a bump with ain't not fun. Boy, I got a bump with ain't not fun. Boy, I got a bump with ain't not fun. Boy, I got a bump with ain't not fun. Boy, can I drop your bag, sass? I've been here from the start. A little snapback, homie with a plug in his heart. Took these Billy Strum cards and now they rip me apart. Now they run around in circles like them kids in the park. Not afraid of the dark, there ain't no monster inside. I pray to Jesus Christ, homie, they just keep me alive. Why you keep it 53? Cause I've been wrestling with pride. I try to keep it like I'm Texas, got the South on my side. Girl, you know I'm a saint, so why you giving me hell? My uncle back up on the block and now they begging for bail. He always calling me for paper cause he know I'm the trail. Now I'm eating my McDonald's, I was fresh out of jail. Now I made it out of chump, at least I know I'm up, boy, thump. Like my neighbors jumping up a pump, boy, I bump. In that Billy Strong, he ain't know him, he ain't thump. He just grabbed the pump and made it go dumb. Got a pump cause he got no. Homie stay trippin' cause I got no funds. Homie got a pump cause he got no. Homie stay trippin' cause I got no funds. Homie got a bump with ain't not fun. Boy, I got a bump with ain't not fun. Boy, I got a bump with ain't not fun. Boy, I got a bump with ain't not fun.
I'm an airport baby, I'm too fly to count. Counting the cash, yeah, it's too high to count. I'm dealing with a fake, yeah, they too fake to doubt. Acting like they are what they not for their clout. They just suckin' my blood, they can love what you count. Flowing like water, three with the smiles, all the ops gonna plow. They all in the sewers, the south in the clouds. I'ma stay down to the sound, to the sound, to the sound. On the floor to the steps, with the pen to the steps. Got no paper, told him quit the pocket, watching jeans ripping at the seams, holding on some dead foes. Schizophrenic with the bag, listen to the money, nigga praying every day. Glad to say I was broke, tell him battle. Now I got my bands up, 1000 on the bill just to keep the pants up. Only on the real note, I couldn't fake what I've been doing. All my real ones know this nigga riding for his youth. 53, I'm throwing up, they see the chain, I keep it tough. Say she feelin' little nigga, try love. Say she love me for my smile, so I'm looking mean as mean. Seen his head squawking, so I'm keeping feathers plucked.
Boy, I got a bump with ain't not fun. Boy, I got a bump fun. Boy, I got a bump with ain't not fun. Boy, I got a bump fun.
I need it. Cat. Okay, it's me and my kinfolk. Cat, that is my MO. 925, my area code. Don't give a what you been. Share they G, put her friend. They want a lot, not a little. I get something. Give me something. What you gonna do for that Enzo? I'm in the
Fittingly named in part for its considerable elevation. We're at Empower Field at Mile High here in Denver, Colorado. Officially beyond the halfway point now, eyes starting to shift to the playoff picture as this Week 10 game gets underway. Good looking return here, and he's got room. And they are just a hop and a skip away from midfield as he goes out of bounds up beyond the 45.
I'll tell you what, as quarterback, you sure appreciate a run back like that to begin a ball game. It makes your life a lot easier, and they're going to be set up with really good field position to get things going.
Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And that's only 1 yard up the middle. Going to be second down. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Here we go, 2nd and 9. Cut for big yards on the right side. All the way, touchdown Denver! The Broncos take a 6-0 lead right away. Well, Brock, they could prove me wrong, but I don't think touchdowns are going to come that easily the rest of this game. But starting out, we all welcome the quick score.
Yeah, not a lot of energy exerted, right? Not a lot of their cards shown just yet. They only got a couple plays into their strategy, and they found pay dirt. A lot of mystery still to come with what they're going to do schematically. A lot of answers have to be found defensively.
The kicking unit on now for the Broncos, and they're ready to send it away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. And I guess they've had enough of this possession. They've got the punter out there on first down. And a fair catch made without incident, just inside the 25. No return on that punt. And the Broncos get set to take over. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They'll run it from the gun. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
These stops, they don't always make the end-of-game highlight reels, but they absolutely should. The coaches and players know it. Offenses are always counting on yards on that type of run. And anytime it results in a loss, it could be a potential drive killer.
And he cannot shake the tackler along the line of scrimmage. He didn't get anything on that run, so struggles on the ground, leaving them with 3rd and long. Setting up a throw. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll be touchdown after a big play.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
All on the 45, 1st and 10. The give now out of the shotgun. And he's brought down for a loss.
Kid, I knew it at the time. I think everybody did. We knew the Legion of Boom was special, right? That entire secondary, but their safety's ability, Earl and Cam, to come downhill, to make those tackles behind the line of scrimmage as he just did. Yeah, I mean, you appreciate great safety play like that.
Let's go.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Whiteout's getting involved in the ground game. Trying to find some positive yardage. He's across the 45. And it's a really nice gain on the reverse. That call came at the perfect time. Markers reset. Ball at the 37. Here's a give up the middle. And they'll stop him after he rolls downhill to the 32. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Back to the well again. And this time they won't surrender anything. They wrap him up at the line. Looks like no gain on second down, and that leads us to 3rd and 6.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. He'll throw it. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
3rd down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th. Pass play coming here. They connect for the first. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. One of their best play calls of this game, Brock. Nets them 17 yards on 4th down and gets them the first. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he takes this one in for the Denver touchdown. The Broncos pull that in front further, 13-zip. Well, Brock, he found himself some space to work, and from there, wow, all athleticism as he made his way into the end zone.
You got that right, Kate. Just that speed. You got to have some different gear when you get down here to the red zone. It's hard to score rushing touchdowns, and that running back sees the open space, he sees the green grass, and he finishes it off with 6.
That one splits the uprights. And the Broncos drive out to an early 14-0 lead. The kicking unit on now for the Broncos, and they're ready to send it away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback, this drive starting from the 30. No, you're not seeing things incorrectly, folks. You do not need glasses. They are, in fact, lining up to punt on 1st down. And he doesn't put much height or distance on this one. And it bounces out of bounds. Looks like they'll have half the field to go as they mark it directly on the midfield stripe. Good starting field position for the Broncos as they get ready for 1st and 10. Give now to the running back. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
And the defense gets there to force a small loss. So before they can get set and snap it, the clock runs out on quarter one. Our score, 14-0. We'll get you back to Mile High after this. We're back, and it is Broncos football as we resume. They have 2nd and pretty long here. Now a give running right. They gain 14 on the play. And that'll be good for a Denver first.
Ooh, I like that call. I really like it with those sticks. You can keep them on the sidelines, and you get more than enough to get the first down.
A new set of downs awaits them. Here's 1st and 10. Another carry for him. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Here's the handoff. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
What was supposed to move the chains, or at least make 3rd down easier to handle instead? Well, did the exact opposite here, Kate. Now makes this 3rd down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7.
Go, Chat! Go, Chat!
They'll try and pick this up on the ground. And he's brought down after getting this to the 17, into the red zone. Call it 4 yards, and we'll see what they do now from 4th and short in this spot.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game, right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage, B, it sets up your play action, and C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
Hawk 70! Hawk 70! 7 Pirates! 7 Pirates! 19 Lions! Check go!
Trying to throw here on 4th. Touchdown, Denver! 3 drives, 3 touchdowns. It has been wash, rinse, repeat for them offensively, Brock, as, well, we all wait for this defense to find a little backbone before this becomes a runaway.
Yeah, I'm a little torn up here in this booth because you're exactly right. Offensively, this is just machine, surgical. Defensively, you're running the risk of being embarrassed here pretty quickly.
That one right down the middle. And the Broncos stretch their lead to 21. The kicking unit on now for the Broncos, and they're ready to send it away. Return coming from the 6. Tackle made as the return gets it out to the 32. Oh, hang on there. Hang on a moment. Looks like we've got an injured player on the kick return. They're going to check on him now. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Throwing now on 1st down. Escapes the pocket. He'll get this one to Parker. And this one doesn't go far.
Timing on routes change when you leave the pocket. It really does become, well, the schoolyard. And you got to scramble around. What a great adjustment to still deliver a clean ball.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Let's go!
Throwing off the play fake here. Bails out of the pocket quick. That one's caught along the left sideline. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48.
60 by 6, 60 by 6.
Now a give up the middle to Jones. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. He picks up 15 on the play. And it's good for an Indianapolis 1st down.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine. And that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost.
Oh, he lost the football. And this is going to be a turnover. The defense forces the big play. Well, where one defender failed, Brock, another succeeded. He shook free of that first tackle, but the next guy not only made that hit, but knocked it loose as well.
Okay, as we saw when he broke that first tackle, he can absorb a shot, right? He's got great, what they call contact balance to absorb it and keep going. But that second hit, well, that drove the ball free and leads to this take.
By a man, and now he's in the clear. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And the Broncos will have a first down.
Got to be a pretty good actor. Got to be pretty good at selling to that defense. That's a drop back pass. When you get a big play on the screen like that, boy, it's choreography by everybody on that offense.
First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Off the play fake, he'll throw. Hauled in left side. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
2nd and 3 now.
Go, Rig! Go! Rig it! Go!
Here's a handoff up the gut. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. A 7-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
Play action on first down. He sends this one to the end zone. And he will score. It's a Denver touchdown. The Broncos boat racing them to the halftime locker room. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
That one splits the uprights. And the Broncos continue piling on to this lead. The kicking unit on now for the Broncos, and they're ready to send it away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Let's go now!
Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. And now it's 2nd down. They'll throw it. Big gain downfield. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. Now we get a timeout from the Colts. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Has a man. It's Brown. They get 13 on the pickup. And it'll be 1st down, Colts.
Kate, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns. He puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
He'll throw it yet again. Fits it through the middle. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. Timeout Indianapolis. That's its second. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. Offense set for a 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. He's on the move. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he runs into some big bodies, and he's stopped right at the line. Offense in the hurry up here. Intercepted in the end zone. And the Broncos do not get the return all the way back. That's going to bring us to the end of our first half. We've reached the midway point of this contest. 2 quarters down and an exciting 2 to go. The NFL on EA Sports returns after this. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the 3rd quarter. The kicking unit on now for the Broncos, and they're ready to send it away. Returning it from the 4. And this drive will start inside the 25.
At their own 23-yard line.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Starting the drive with a give to Jones. And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring him down.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Throwing now from the gun. Forced out to his right. Catch is made down the right sideline. They get 28 out of that play. And it's good for an Indianapolis 1st down.
Kate, when you watch the combine, you'll watch guys try to make this throw. And without chemistry, it's so hard to execute. That was picture perfect. That's a QB and receiver on the same page, because that route, that deep out to the field, that takes just a different level of connectedness.
That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Here we go, set, go.
1st and 10, looking to throw. Out to his wideout, it's a screen. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was 1st down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
Offense to the line for 2nd down.
Warriors 17.
They send a man in motion.
Ready.
Here's 2nd and 11. This will be caught by Parker. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. It's a gain of 12 there. And it'll be 1st down, Colts.
Ready.
Oh, he taps it quick to the receiver coming across here. And he doesn't get this one very far, down to only about the 18. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
Well, you call that play to surprise the defense, try to get to the goal line. But a quick adjustment by the defense, well, it kept him in position to make the stop and ruin that play.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
19, Tiger, 19.
Simple dive up the middle. Oh, what a stiff arm. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain. 6 yards to pick up there. That's going to bring up 3rd and 4.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on 3rd down, Kate. Take at least a little bite out of the big meal between them and the 1st down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
Trap 60. Check go.
3rd down from the gun. Looking end zone, but touchdown denied. Knocked away, incomplete.
Boy, take a look at that. Look at him locking down his area of the end zone. They can bring it in close enough to take shots, but there are no easy touchdowns.
And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And that lowers the gap to 25 points.
Well, that's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
The Colts ready to kick this one away, and away we go once more. Starting from the 5. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now.
Go! Mustang 19.
Motioning the tight end left. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Hits his running back. And they crush him right near the marker. Looks close, but yep, Brock, I think he safely got that 1st down before the hit.
You just got to love that angle route. It's been around a long time, but think about it defensively, Kate. How many times do you see the backs out of the backfield or just run to the flat? The great running backs know how to plant their foot, sell that flat route, break it off to an angle, and break off a 1st down.
They've got a man in motion. They'll run here on 1st down. And he fights his way forward to get this to the 45. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5.
19 tight, 19 tight. Come on, set, go.
Pass play now. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Throwing from the gun here. Has him on the quick hitter. He'll be touchdown short of the marker, so 4th down coming up.
All you can do is shake your head sometimes. Sure, the pass play works, but they come up just an inch or 2 short for the 1st down.
Less than a yard needed here on 4th. Putting a receiver in motion. That's incomplete on 4th down, and they'll turn over possession.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
From midfield now. Chased out to his right. Now he takes it. And they're going to be down close to the 35 as he goes out. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the 1st.
That's one of those occasions when you're sitting in the pocket and you're just looking for that escape valve. And then when you get it, you get space to run, and you get a 1st down, that's a big bonus for the quarterback.
To the air now on 1st and 10. Dialing up a receiver screen. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it's good for an Indianapolis 1st down.
So critical, Kate, on those receiver screens to get that ball out with great precision. You don't want that receiver thinking about anything but navigating the blocks in front of him. That's well done by everybody.
Thankfully, only one quarter to play now. We've reached the end of 3 in this lopsided affair. The Colts have it to start the 4th, but given that score, whew, they're going to need points every time out from here on. And they've got themselves another 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Dropping back to throw. Has the connection to Jones. And he's going to be out of bounds right along the 20.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. They'll try and throw it here. And this is incomplete. Could have been a touchdown, but all it is now is a 3rd down.
Well, that's a major missed opportunity for the offense and a sigh of relief for the defense. Now you got to adjust a little bit, get some extra help on the back end of your defense to take those shots away.
The back's got it. And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1. They'll run here with Jones. Barrels in for the touchdown. The Colts making the scoreboard look a touch better. He would not be denied that close to the end zone, Brock. I think it might have taken 5 or 6 guys tackling him to keep him from diving across the line for 6.
Certainly a second effort touchdown, no question. The backs who become fan favorites, we've seen it through the generations, and they set the curve for their peers, are the ones who just fight through that stop. It will not be denied of a touchdown.
Down by 3 scores, their hand is forced. They're going to try the onside kick here. And this one's covered by the Broncos hands team. Well, I guess they kind of had to do it here, Brock.
Yeah, it's called a have to. Yeah, kind of have to at this point of the game, huh?
Okay, but like most things in this game, it did not work out for them.
Yeah, let's face it, even if they do recover that, probably not going to find a way to win. But this is a time where you work on things, where you do build to the following week. Got to find a way to flush this because it's just not been their kind of game.
On 1st down, they'll run. And he gets it through the midfield stripe and onto the Colts side of the field. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Let's go now. Check smash.
Man in motion here.
60 Bobcat. 60 Bobcat. Ring alert. Ring alert. Hut, hut.
They give it to him again. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Got it. Ready?
3rd down, 1 yard to go.
Buffalo 18. 18. Pioneer. Go street.
And they send a man in motion.
70 range. Go.
Here's the give on 3rd and short. And he takes a shot near the marker, but it looks like he still has enough for that 1st down.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that 1st down right there.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43.
Go. Ready.
Fakes the handoff, now to throw. Wow, his first real mistake, that's intercepted. And the Colts take over on his 5th interception of the season.
They'll take over
We see quarterbacks in this league love targeting their slot guys so often. They get plenty of chances defensively to take one the other way. Nice to see him come through with that one. And what a great read to get in position for that pick.
Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. Hits him on the out route. And he's going to get this up close to the 40 before going out.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Second and 1. Has it downfield, working the left. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Pass play on 1st and 10. This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Yeah, we hear about it all the time. A short memory, right? We hear about it with quarterbacks a lot, Kate, when they make a mistake. But it works the same way for a defense, a whole position group. You have got to flush that big play, come back and play the next play, and boy, did the defense do it there.
And they'll stop him after a minimal gain, down to about the 36. Here he is on 3rd and long. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete. Great defensive effort to reject that one. And that brings up 4th and long.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that lowers the deficit to 15.
If they wanted any kind of shot here, Kate, to come back in this game, that field goal had to go through and make it a 2-score game. That's only the first of what would need to be several steps here in a hurry to have a chance to try to pull this out.
And this one's covered by the Broncos hands team. Well, kind of feels like we're starting to get to that point, Brock.
And what point is that, Kate?
You know, the bold point of the game where you have to try something bold could end up becoming a play that finally sinks him, though.
Yeah, it's time for desperation. Without a defensive stop here, it's really hard to lay out the scenarios for much success. Every second matters now when you don't come up with that onside kick.
Good starting field position for the Broncos as they get ready for 1st and 10.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Chop alert, chop alert. Street, street. 79 Broncos. Ready, ready?
Here's the lone back on the handoff. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards. So a timeout comes in. It looks like the defense using its first stops this game as we get close to our 2-minute warning.
Well, Kate, a 2-yard run on 1st down, I think that keeps you ahead of schedule, but you're going to have to pick up the pace.
Let's go. Hurt, hurt.
Motioning one of the tight ends.
Check, 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 check. Hut, hut.
From the 48. He's going to try to drop it in deep right. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
And that is teaching tape right there, Kate, for why you never, ever give up on a play. Looked like a certain touchdown grab until he comes in and knocks the ball free right at the last moment.
Bronco leading. Riggs.
They've got a man in motion.
Check, Bobcat, check, Bobcat. Go.
3rd and long for him here. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he's out of bounds just inside the red zone. It's a 30-yard play, Brock, and they've got a fresh set of downs.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play, and that throw to the outside, that gets the job done. There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
This will be the last play before our 2-minute warning.
7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. Ready, 19 Lions.
A tight end in motion now.
Warriors 70. Ready.
Trying to throw here out of the gun. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. That brings us to the 2-minute warning here in Denver. Broncos approaching win number 7 on the year. First and goal now as they try to pad this lead.
Set. Trap 60, trap 60.
They'll try and punch it in. Has the Denver touchdown. The Broncos have likely locked up the win right there. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
That one right down the middle. And the Broncos grow the lead now to 22 points. The kicking unit on now for the Broncos, and they're ready to send it away. This return starts at the 5. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. The end result there, 15 yards and a 1st.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
They'll throw on 1st. Has a man, it's Brown. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Misfire there, couldn't connect.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Back to throw now. Jones reels it in. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one.
It's plays like that, Kate, right wrong. Where I sit and judge a defense, I judge the awareness. I judge how well that coordinator's got him equipped to see what's going on the field, and not just see it, but attack it. And they devoured that screen game on 3rd down.
On the move, headed right. And on 4th down, that one won't work. It's incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. New slated downs to approach here from the 40.
Here we go. Big Lion. Hey, Smash.
They send a tight end in motion.
19 tight.
Wow, they're going to pass it here. He gets a lot behind one. Deep downfield. They connect on the deep shot. It's a Denver touchdown. So an exclamation point there. That caps off what, and I think you'd agree, Brock, has been a dominating performance.
Yeah, I would. Really in all phases, too. You know, I thought coming in that this would be a much closer game than how it's turned out to be. And you got to give credit where it's due. This offense has been outstanding throughout.
That one splits the uprights. And the Broncos grow their lead yet again. The kicking unit on now for the Broncos, and they're ready to send it away. Has this at the 6. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return.
At their own 23-yard line.
All right, one more snap to play here.
Let's go.
One final shot here. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. And there's our last-in image of this game. It's intercepted. And the Broncos make the interception on what is the final play of this game. So it's a win for the Broncos. And this was the type of response you always hope to see after a loss, Brock. Get right back out there and find a way to win the following week. So for my partner, Brock Heward, and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott, saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody. The Broncos are winners, as we'll see you next time from Denver.